This is called Moment Catcher. Let me introduce Arthur Higgins. He's 36 years old and he's worked hard all his life and always done as he was told. And the story starts now in this most momentous of times, with the birth of his firstborn, heir to his line. Where at the birth his wife is screaming, dilating, pushing. Midwife, action stations while Arthur's just on looking, holding a camera in hand, trying to film the inception, so it can someday sit on a shelf next to the tape of this child's conception, and his wife is screaming. I mean, she wants her husband's hand, but the camera needs holding, love, and I forgot to bring a stand. Besides, you'll be pleased that we've got this. When this moment is over, as he pats on the camera, pops it back on his shoulder, and so it's through lens that he watches the birth of this new life, as he zooms in on sweat beads on the head of his wife. And he focuses on the vulva as his daughter arrives, for soon she'll date tape and label it Birth of Madeline. You're only a human once you know, moment catcher. You're only a human once you know. Well, in no time at all, his daughter's turned 6, and then his wife receives the news that she's pregnant again. So more tapes are constructed of her belly expanding. Mother and daughter smiling, occasional shots with dad's hand in, waving behind the camera as he lives behind the lens, like a silent spectator in a play that he has penned. And then the months ensue. Another child arrives. This time it's a son, and at the birth, Arthur's there by wife's side, this time with a tripod, so he can wipe her head if she gets hot, though he does keep running back to the lens just to check they're both in shot. And when this son first walked or spoke, Arthur was there with his camcorder, collating to then put in order, of moments on the shelves, and soon new shelves had to be erected to cope with all these moments that this camera had directed, and moments that weren't filmed, wasted. Because how can you enjoy a moment, he thought, if you can't label and date it? But you're only a human once you know, moment catcher. You're only a human once you know. His family's grown up now. His daughter's 16 years old, and her GCSEs are completed and A-levels chose. And one brightly sunned morning, the results arrive. Through the letterbox they pop, and Arthur's straight by her side, with his camera in hand, trying to film her reaction, her disappointment or her pride or her awareness of fractions. Well, she gets pissed off, storms off. Arthur follows. For if I collect joys, he says, then why not the sorrows? So he films as she storms up the stairs and slams her bedroom door, and as she screams, why do you have to film everything for? I just wish to collect them all, my love. Now I've started, so someday these tapes will remain when our memories have departed, and then we can enjoy them all over again. But he's not enjoying them now. He's just distilling disdain and resentment in his daughter and his son and his wife, who care less about these tapes than having a dad in their life. You're only a human once you know, moment catcher. You're only a human once you know. Well, the final verse of this story takes place in Arthur's home, 12 years from the last verse. Now Arthur lives alone. His wife and his kids have flown the nest, so to speak. His kids years ago, and his wife just last week. And the curtains are drawn, the whiskey's out, even though it's the middle of the day. Arthur is sat in his pants, watching tapes of moments he collected before life slipped away, of child's first steps, of birthdays, of rows with his wife and dirty weekends away. 30 years of existence unfold before eyes that only now can see clear into these folds of his life, for not concerned now with framing or the right kind of light. His eyes see mistakes that are too late to put right, but surely he's happy. He's getting to watch his tapes, and our realities are just a set of choices we've chosen to make. I mean, surely he's happy. He's watching his precious tapes, and our realities are just a set of choices we've at some point chosen to make.